you talk about feeling loved at work. And, a lot of business leaders are going, oh my gosh, Marcus, I'm not their mom. I hired them to do a job. I pay them to do the job. That's all there should be here. I shouldn't need to kind of baby them. You want me to make my team feel loved? How do you actually do that in a way that doesn't feel like overly personal?
So there's two answers to that question. First of all, a brief comment on love. I know we all think that love is soft and work is hard. Love is ineffable and work is really defined. There's no place in work for love. And yet, if you really push on love, people who feel loved at work, people who feel safe at work, but also people who love their work or find love in their work, they're just better. There's no excellence without love, is there? You think of anyone who's doing anything at excellence and you imagine there's no love in there at all? No, there's love always alongside excellence. There's no collaboration without love. There's no precision without love. There's no creativity without love. There's no resilience without love. Love is the most powerful human emotion. And so for us to have excellence and resilience at work and to try to do that with absolutely no conversation or no curiosity about love, that doesn't work because we're humans. And love for humans is like, to quote that song, love is like oxygen, right? I mean, it's what we need. So two ways to bring love into the workplace. The first, of course, is that when you say that a team leader loves somebody, you're really saying they see them. I see you. You can't love what you can't see. And so the thing that most people want from you as their leader is see me and really see me for the best of me. That doesn't mean you don't correct me if I do something wrong or if I get a fact wrong. Correct me. But in terms of what you see in me, I want you to see me for my best. I want you to be able to see the particular strengths that I might bring. I want you to see what's unique about me. I mean, let's face it, that's what a team is for. A team is not for a bunch of homogenous robots to do something together. You bring a team together because you've got these different people who all bring something different to the team, and the team does something together that each individual couldn't do alone. That's why we made up teams 50,000 years ago. Teams are the place in which you make use of each person's individual qualities. Well, that means that for you as a leader, you got to start by seeing the individual qualities. So love and seeing are really tightly linked. The second thing, so that's really what it means for you. See the person for what they do best. It's the most loving thing you can do. By the way, with your kids, it's the most loving thing you can do. We spend so much time with our kids trying to make sure that they jump through the right educational hoops and pass the right grades and so on, that often we lose sight of who our kid actually is. Anyway, most loving thing you can do is to see a human for who they really are. The second thing, though, is interesting. Look at that question, the third question. In the last week, I have felt excited to work every day. What this suggests is that for people to feel resilient, they've got to find love in what they do. That doesn't mean they have to love all that they do. There is actually vanishingly few people who say they love all that they do. That's kind of an idealistic pipe dream. But if you study super highly successful people, you do find that they say they find something that they love to do each and every day. Not all day, every day, but each and every day. And in fact, the Mayo Clinic can put a number on that. Like, what percentage of my day should I spend doing something that I love? Well, they were studying doctors and nurses because even pre-pandemic, there was a crisis in burnout and resiliency for doctors and nurses. So they studied doctors and nurses, and particularly the ones who didn't burn out. I mean, emergency room nurses have PTSD levels twice as high as veterans that return from war zones. So you've got that's a problem. But some nurses and doctors have strong and high levels of resilience and no burnout. So they studied them. And it turns out that if you say that you have 20% of your day is activities that you love to do, just 20%, you are far less likely to burn out. And if you go down 19, 18, 17, 16%, 15% with each percentage point reduction in how much time you spend doing something that you love at work, there is a commensurate 1 percentage point increase in burnout risk. It's a perfect linear relationship. So 20%, George, is like a threshold of doing what you love. But interestingly, above 20%, like let's say you have 30% doing what you love, 50% doing what you love, it doesn't seem to drive more resilience. It's like 20% is a threshold. You get further above that, fine, but it doesn't seem to bump up your resilience. It's like a little love at work goes a long way. So what this really says for you or for the people you lead is help them or help yourself figure out every day, what are the particular activities that you love to do today? Because it won't be every activity. And you don't need it to be every activity, but you can't have it be below 20% because then you start getting into really bad territory. You got to get every day, have some sort of intentional attention on what are the particular activities that I look forward to today, or what are the activities where when I do them, time seems to fly by. Like there are some activities for every one of us that feel like that. That's love. Okay, then I'm sorry. The world doesn't know what you love, and you can't expect your manager necessarily to know what you love. So you've got to figure out. I call these red threads. Everybody's job is made up of many different threads. Some are black, some are brown, some are gray, blah, blah, blah. But some are red. These are the activities that you really look forward to and that you vanish into when you do them. Well, the Mayo Clinic research says you don't need a red quilt in order to be resilient and productive. You don't need an entirely red blanket. You can just have 20% red threads. But in order to do that, you better wake up every day and say to yourself every day, like a mantra, what are the red threads I can weave today? And as you know, if that feels like a strange thing to be saying to yourself because no one's ever told you to do that, all right, then no one's ever told you to do that. But the truth is, the most successful people and the most resilient people do that really religiously.